Hi guys, and welcome to 123 MyIT's video, and in this video we will compare a $20 strip light with a $200 strip light. The two strip lights that I'm going to compare today are the Philips Hue range, which needs a wireless bridge, and a generic $20 strip light which I got from Amazon. Starting price for the generic strip lighting is $20 and the Philips Hue range will be $120. I will leave links in the description below. If we take a look at the $20 strip light first, the box contains the RGB Control Box. This allows us to power up the strip lighting, and it also allows us to use the infrared remote control to change the colour of the LED strip. If we keep having a look in the rest of the box here, we've got a little remote control. So this obviously allows us to change the colours and the timing settings on our strip light. In the next box, we've just got our adapter, our power adapter. So that plugs into the back of our controller box, like so. And obviously this is an Australian plug, but if you're in the US, you would have a US plug. And last will be the strip light. So no packaging here. No nice box that it all comes in. Just comes in a separate box, so cheaper one. You don't have all the nice packaging that you would. Comes on a little reel, and that part there plugs into our control box, like so. And I think you have to match up. There's two little arrows on there which you need to match it up to. So I wouldn't plug it in that way, but maybe if you plug it in that way and match up the two little arrows, push them in like so. And then on the other end there, we have our little strip light LEDs, which just kind of roll off there. Now this is a 1 meter strip light, kind of just rolls off the end there. So we'll set this up and see how it goes. Okay, so let's have a look at the Philips Hue. So it's a 2 meters strip light. And let's see what we get here. You have the controller box, the Philips logo on there, and some little sticky feet on the back, so you can actually stick it, underneath a desk or something like that. And then that attaches to the strip light itself. Now the strip light is in another plastic coating, so it's quite flexible. Doesn't feel quite as cheap as the other one, for good reason. You can see the LEDs there on either side. So that goes for 2 meters. And you can cut it where it has the little scissor mark. So let's just take this off. Let's see if we can find a scissor mark there. So you can see there's a little scissor mark. So if the cable is too long, you can actually cut it here and make it shorter. And then right at the end of it, got a little extension there. So you could actually buy more strip and extend it if you want to. So another little box here, probably be the same. So this will be our power adapter, I'm guessing. Oh no, a couple of different plugs for the power adapters. So depending on what part of the world you're from, we're going to use the Australian one, but there's looks like an English, American and European plugs in there as well. Got our little power adapter here. So we would just put our plug on the front there, slide it in properly. That comes out as well, so you can unplug that if you need to and replace the cable if it breaks, I guess. And then the other side of this, actually are they both the same size, some different sizes? So they're different sizes, so you can't plug them in incorrectly. And then that side goes into your LEDs. Documentation, so some warranty information there, just some manual on how to use the strip light. One of the important things, just reading through the instructions here, it shows you how to, if you're going around corners on desks or whatever, it shows you how to apply the strip light to corners. You can see here it kind of shows you to avoid the corner with the LED. So you wouldn't put a strip along here and then have on the corner your LED. You try and fit it so there's an LED either side of the corner. Also, if you've got a join at the end, don't put your join on the corner either. So if you're joining this part here to another big strip, don't have it on the corner. One other thing to mention too is you actually need this little guy here, which is the Philips Hue bridge. If you turn over on the back, it actually tells you, gives you a little bit of an idea how it works. So you've got your mobile phone here that connects to your Wi-Fi, and then you've got your bridge here, which then connects all your lamps together so you can change the color of your lamps, which is a bit annoying because it doesn't actually tell you anywhere on the outside of the packaging here that you will need this bridge when you purchase your strip light. All it really tells you about, is about how the strip light works, but there's nothing really here that suggests that you will actually need the Hue bridge. Now you can turn the strip light on and it just comes on as a white and color ambience and nothing else, but that doesn't really suggest anywhere where you will actually need the Hue bridge to change the colors. But it can be quite annoying and quite frustrating if you go out and you brought this product expecting it to work out of the box. Okay, so what do we get in the Hue bridge box here? Let's go ahead and open it up. We get an RJ45 connector network cable. That's to plug, I'm guessing, to plug your bridge into your router. And here's the bridge here, Wi-Fi certified. It's a neat little bridge. It's quite nice looking. Okay, and your LAN cable obviously plugs in the back there. What else do we have in the box? Have the power cord. Very similar situation as the light strip. Connects into there. Just some instructions, quite basic. Congratulations, stepping into the world of Hue. Power your light sources and turn on your wall light switches. Plug in the Hue bridge, connect to your Wi-Fi router, download the Hue app and follow the instructions. So I'm going to go ahead and plug in the bridge to my Wi-Fi, and it's turned on there now, and you can see there we get a few more lights coming up on here. So we've got a power light, network light, and that looks like internet light. Underneath the Hue bridge as well, it's got a little screw plate there where you can actually hang it on the wall like so. The next step here would be to go ahead and download the Hue lighting app, so we can do that from our Google Play, and you can see I've already installed it here, so I'm just going to open it up. Now it connects already to your bridge. If your Android device or your Apple phone is already connected to the Wi-Fi, it should be kind of seamless, so it should just connect. Your mobile phone will go out on the Wi-Fi and connect to your router, and then connect through to your Hue bridge. So you can see there now it says one new Hue bridge found. So we're just going to go set up and see what happens. Now it says press the push link button on the Hue bridge you want to connect to. Okay, so just going to go over here, press this button. It says help us improve the Philips Hue products and services. Actually, I'm just going to go, I do not want to help improve. All right, so let's have a look at the strip lighting side by side. So you can see the strip lighting for the Philips actually comes like cased in like a plastic casing. I believe that would give you like some protection, from the elements if you had it outside. I'm not too sure whether you can have this outside. I'm guessing you can. It is cased in plastic, but you might be able to run it outside, whereas the other cheaper version, it's kind of just on a bit of wire and tape really, and could break quite easily, so it's probably less durable, the cheaper one for sure. One thing I have noticed though, the LEDs on the cheaper one are spaced a bit closer, so you can see the Philips Hue version is spaced quite far apart. So I don't think it really matters in terms of brightness, but it is a difference anyway. And what we'll do is we'll go up in brightness for the cheaper version. So that's as high as it will go with regards to brightness. And if we turn the Philips Hue up as far as it can go, you can see it's quite a deal brighter. It's actually a little LED beside it as well, which I've noticed. I'm not too sure what that is. Maybe it means if the light is shorted out or something like that, it gives you an indication. But you can see it is a little bit brighter than the cheaper version that we've purchased. And also it actually goes a lot dimmer, right? So it can go right down to almost off. Still running, but it's not quite off. And if we go down a little bit further, there you go. So that's as far down as the cheaper version can go, but the Philips goes all the way down. Now the other big difference is probably the amount of colours. So there's not a great deal of colours. I mean, you've got your standard kind of rainbow sort of colours here. Let's try a blue, give you an idea of a blue colour. But, there's quite a big difference in the colours. Side. So right now we are using the cheaper version of the strip lighting. So you can see there, it's got a pretty good colour. We can actually change the colour to red, green, blue. We can also try turning the brightness up and down on that colour. So it does quite a good job at making a nice background, even background. And the other good thing too, you know, we could put it on auto. It could just kind of do what it wanted. We could go flash. We could go fade. Got quite a good amount of options here. Okay, so here we have the Philips strip lighting in effect. And you can see it's given us a bit more of an even type light. The cheaper version was a bit patchy in places. So if we go ahead and we can change the colours around to suit it quite nicely. Now this is on very bright as well, so we could also turn the brightness down quite a lot. Let's go back to the red for a second. We could turn the brightness right down if we didn't want that much of a background light. Or we could turn it right up and have it a deeper. It's definitely a deeper colour. You know, your blues, your deep blues, your deep greens, and your reds. I mean, the colour itself is quite deep and quite bright compared to the cheaper one. One thing I did sort of struggle a little bit with is on the Hue app, I couldn't find any of these other settings like the fade settings, which come standard on the cheaper version. And also you got auto and flash. You know, you can kind of change those quite quickly on the cheaper version with the remote. However, I couldn't kind of find that on the Philips Hue app. What I did notice though is when I downloaded a third-party app, I was able to get some of those extra settings. But then again, I had to go and pay for that privilege of using those. So now that we've seen both sets of lights, which light would I recommend and why? Well, I'd have to say that it's really hard to recommend either of these products to anyone because you'd really need to ask them first what do they need it for, what their budget is. I think if you just want a cheap, easy to set up light strip and you don't want it too complicated, then the $15 one is probably your best bet. But if you're a professional and you're using professional lighting and you're going to be running, let's say 30 or 40 rows of strip lighting, then the Philips Hue is probably the best option here. It might cost you a little bit more to get the amount of strip lighting set up that you need, but to be able to control it a lot easier from your phone via wireless is a big bonus if you're doing multiple strip lights. Okay guys, so that's pretty much it from me. If this was a helpful video, don't forget to leave a thumbs up, don't forget to subscribe, and thanks for watching guys. Bye bye.